I am back. I realize that these bags are probably not going to empty out until I get this oil out, which means that the oil will be clogged up in there, so I'm not going to let this settle. But my lesson learned for next time, I'll draw a line, which I believe is this one, where the bag sits, and I'll only have this much in here, let it set for a couple of days, and then drain to the next one. But I'm going to drain automatically from this one, and not automatically, but immediately from this one, and go through my 1 micron filter and into my barrel. I don't know if you guys have ever seen inside of one of these, so I'm going to show you. It's very tight. Always make sure the pressure gauge is 0 before you do it. You can do that by relieving your valve, or in my case, this hose handle. But inside one of these, it's basically, well, it's not that exciting, but there's a filter bag in there, but the oil comes in right here. It's forced through the filter bag, so it's a force system instead of waiting for gravity like these. And the pump can actually just force the oil through. So that allows it to go much quicker, and you don't have to wait for gravity as your filters get clogged. These are filtering out pretty quick, but they get clogged and take time. These ones, they use the full capacity of the filter and do not get clogged. So I'm oil level here. My barrel, it's kind of shoot the sun, but I'm right here. So I'm going to do is I'm going ahead and turn on my pump 2. I'm turning it off for a second so you can hear me. I'm going to grab this handle, put it in that hole, and start filling up this barrel. And I'll watch this level here. Because if you build one of these, make sure these are open. That way they're actually working. And I'm going to empty this barrel out, my stage 2 barrel, and fill up my final barrel. This barrel right here will be ready to go straight into my truck and run with. So here we go. One last thing, the pressure on this, I'm not sure what the max is. Actually I am, because it says right here, 100 PSI. I never get it past about 60, so I try to keep it around 60. But what I do is I have a little lock on this, just like your gas pump at the station. And I just lock it open and let it freely flow. So here we go. Set this down so I can hit the valve. Now the handle's locked. I sprayed out a little bit there, but whatever, it happens. You can see that maintaining pressure, and this level will start to drop. And I have made free fuel for my truck. Now if this level is dropping from this canister, from this barrel, I can then go back to pumping out the rest of what was in this one. Remember, this was almost all the way full, and now it's almost to the bottom. You never want to have your pump running when the oil level gets below this valve. I don't know if you can see this in there. Turn on some light. But it's right at the level. So there's not much more I can even pump out of this one. But I'm going to turn it on for another second or two. You can usually hear the pump when they're starting to get low. That, down through, up in here, usually it'll start shaking too, and you hear this vacuum noise. I got a little bit more I can get from it. Well, that's pretty much it. We'll turn off pump 1. Pump 2 still going at 40 PSI, and we're draining this barrel out. See how low we can get it. And then what I'll do is I'll actually take these bags in, and I'll rinse them out real good, and hopefully extend the longevity of them, and so they get a little bit more life, and use them a little bit longer. That is it in a nutshell. You also also can use these gauges to see how much filter life is left. If it's always straight up to 100 psi, then you know you're pretty much filled up. Right now this filter's pretty new. It's only probably had about 30 gallons go through it, if that. So it has plenty life left, and it's only at 40 psi. Now this one, now that it's done, I'm not going to be using it for a little while. What I do is I'll save up more oil. I get these straight from the restaurant, from the Cubies. It's from a place called 8 East. It's from a place called US Hotel, and from Chaba, which is a Thai restaurant. All good restaurants that have good clean oil. So once I get enough of those, I can then fill this back up again. I'll then use this filter all at the same time and pour it all in at once so that there's not just oil particles sitting in there hardening up and clogging the filter more. So I think that's the key to getting the length out of your filters, and that's pretty much it. That's what I'm doing, and I will be testing this out on a trip to Indiana this fall. Pretty excited about it. The system I got for my Volkswagen is a grease car setup. You can go to greasecar.com, and the system I got for my F350 crew cab is a V3 system made by Biofuels Technologies. Awesome system. Should be here next week. Pretty excited about it.